What is up, family? Today we have a banger for you guys. We got some Cupid gameplay. If you guys didn't know, Thor, Poseidon, and Cupid just came out today, November 25. Hyros decided to release a patch early. That's great. And today I just got some Cupid gameplay for you guys. And today I'm going to actually go with an int build. There's a lot of confusion on what is stronger, what is weaker. As you know, as you may not know, Cupid is a hybrid scaler. I'm not entirely sure what his exact numbers are, and I can't really look it up right now because this is pre-recorded gameplay, and obviously this is a play-by-play series, so I'm just talking over it. First off, this Ymir doing a really great job out pressuring the duo lane. As a carry, your job is to clear wave, and as a support, their job is to just pressure the duo lane. Like look at this Ymir, just literally just out pressuring and letting me use my abilities to clear wave. And he does a really good job of it, and just because of that, they are forced to back up. We now are able to grab farm again, just using my abilities on camps, while he just pressures, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and use and throw the hearts at him so he can get heal. I can get mana. Cupid basically has unlimited mana. Whenever somebody picks up your heart, whenever you pick up your heart, you get mana, you get health, and another +1 that Cupid got is you can now throw your hearts at people. As you saw right there, I was able to throw my 2 at their Cupid, and it damaged them. And it does really, really good damage, especially with an int build. And we can see right now, excuse me, unfortunately our Poseidon dies, but Nemesis is somewhere in our base. All we have to do is find her. We're gonna go for a cutoff in case she goes around. We luckily see her before she gets back, and she should be dead here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to secure the kill, but Ymir was able to get it nonetheless, and while not missing wave. And then from there, we're just gonna go ahead and clear wave, right? So now again, I just want to get back to the topic on why I think int is stronger. I can go and make an entire video about this on the difference between int and scale and strength scaling, but let me know if you guys want to see that. But essentially, even though again, I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, even though Cupid's numbers are like 85% strength and then 65% int, in general, int items are more beefed up than strength items, because I think like the highest strength item you can get is 55 strength, right? And sure, 55 times 85%, I'm not sure what the math is. However, the highest int item you can get is around like 90, maybe even, yeah, around 90. That's without the passive. And oh, very nice, well-timed Aegis for me. Just check out that reaction time. We Aegis right away, but we end up dying anyways. But back to what I was saying, even though Cupid's strength scaling is higher by just looking at the stats, right? 85% compared to like 65%. Just because int in general is just more statted than strength, it turns out to be stronger. Again, I can totally do an entire video on int versus strength, when to build it on hybrid people, when to build full int, when to build a hybrid type of playstyle, when to build a full strength build. I can go talk about that and just really just break it down for you guys and just give you more like an easy to understand type of guide. But if you guys want to see that, let me know. However, in my personal opinion, the way I think Cupid really just prospers is with a burst kind of mage int build, right? Just because again, int super overstated right now. Anyways, just go ahead and clear abilities here, and right here you can see I'm kind of just thinking what to build in this game. First, obviously Sands of Time, get the cooldown on Cupid, and you can see just how I dominate in this mirror matchup. And this is kind of like a really good video to show you guys, because I go with almost a hybrid, more int based build on Cupid, and the other Cupid on the enemy team goes more of a strength crit build. So you guys can see, especially at the end of the stats, the scoreboard, you'll see which build dominates. So just because I have so much burst damage, I'm very comfortable, and just because of my cooldown, I'm very comfortable taking one-on-ones, especially right now. We have health potions. We do more damage than him. Obviously, right now he's a level above us, so he's gonna try to fight us. We're just gonna back up here. Just look for our opportunity to fight, right? And we're not trying to force anything. We see Thor looking at the left jungle, and we're gonna see if he comes over to rotate. He's gonna end up not rotating to us. He's gonna end up going middle. So I kind of just have to be worried here, and he's gonna go ahead. Their Cupid is gonna go ahead and grab their the left jungle, side little gold camp. And because of that, we're gonna just go ahead and clear wave and move on to our purple. The current wave right now isn't gonna meet up yet, so we have a lot of time just to clear this purple, and we should be able to clear it unless their Cupid ganks, and which they end up doing. Cupid ends up stealing my purple, which is fine. We're gonna go ahead and try to make something happen here. He misses. He hits his one, and just look at this. Just perfect Aegis, right? Aegis at the correct time. He has beads, and right now I'm probably gonna just back up here. He gets me a pretty low health, but Ymir is rotating, which is a really good rotation from Ymir, and we're just gonna see if we can catch Cupid here. Since right now we don't see any other ganks, so that was me kind of just scouting it out, see if where Nem is at, since we don't know where the jungler is at, and we're just gonna help out Ymir here. My goal right now is, even though Ymir's here, we're not gonna fight. We just don't want to miss the XP here. So as soon as we get the XP, we're gonna go ahead and back, heal up, and just reset, right? So we're gonna go ahead and start working on our second item, which is Braggy's Harp, and we're gonna go ahead and take the teleporter there and start farming. We bought a ward just to make sure we don't get ganked, especially in the dual lane. As a carry, you want to try to stay alive as much as possible. Your main priority as a carry is to get to level 20 as fast as you can, whether that's pressuring the other carry. So he hits us with a one, we're gonna back up. Our one's back up, which is why Sands of Time right now is really good on Cupid, right? The cooldown is just so crazy, and just look how much I just ticked from that. Look how much I just chunked from that Cupid, right? My one is back up, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit my two, hit my one. This should be free, and just go ult. If you don't know, Cupid's ult cripples, so he couldn't have dashed out of my three. Just put it in the middle, and he's for sure dead. And just like that, because of my Sands of Time, the int, the cooldown, it just works really, really well on Cupid. So we're gonna go and keep on clearing. We are going to just grab farm. Like I said, your goal, your main priority as an ADC is to hit level 20 as fast as you can. That's how you'll be able to help out your team as much as you can. And since there's nothing to do in our lane right now, we went ahead and split XP with our jungler. Plus, our jungler right now isn't really the best. And I see this being a high carry game. We see their Cupid rotating to their purple. And this right here, we're just going to try to steal it. We successfully steal it. We're going to go ahead and Aegis again perfectly. And just right here, we end up missing our one. We go ahead and back up simply because we missed our one. And we're going to go ahead and stand on our 3 dash here, right? We're gonna go ahead and ult one. He has beads, doesn't matter, he's dead again because of Sands of Time, because of that cooldown, because of that int. We're just able to, even at early game, we're just able to burst so much, and our heal is even more because of our Sands of Time starter, and especially because of our int build. And I know, again, like I said, I've repeated it, I know on paper it looks like, strength scales higher on Cupid's too, right? Like I said, 85% to 65%. But I can definitely, again, I can do the math for you guys on another separate video explaining and breaking strength versus int scaling down. The difference is with items. Right now, Cupid goes for a little sneak attack on us. We should be able to freely kill him here, simply because, one, our cooldown, and we start getting Braggy's Harp in, which is cooldown, and which is strength and int scaling. So a little bit of a close call here. I think we still end up killing him here. Look at that 2 damage, that 2 burst damage. See that? It's literally just a free 200 damage if you land it, and it's really not that hard to land, and plus you heal off of it. I'm not even in my int stage yet, right? I'm slowly transitioning to there. Right now I'm just scaling off of strength and a little bit of int because of Braggies. Now check this heads up play. I go ahead and proxy this wave, so just so I can start rotating to mid if the fight's still going on, right? So we're gonna go ahead and just start rotating there, see what's going on. They end up backing up, but maybe we can make something happen here at mid. If not at mid, then we can go grab these gold harpies here. It's free, no one's on it, and plus I think Thor's dead right now, so this should just be free harpies, and we may even steal Thor's speed here, just so they don't invade and they don't get a free speed, right? And I chose not to help mid there simply because, one, they were dying already. They were already super low health. Two, Poseidon right now is super broken, hits like a truck. Cupid, no clue what he's doing here. We're just constantly hitting our 2s and our 1s, so we're gonna go ahead and dash in and see if we can kind of body block him here. He ends up beadsing, and because of his beads, he can freely dash out of my ult. But if his beads was down, then then he can't dash out of my ult. We're gonna Aegis. We Aegis at the perfect time, dodging both the 1 and the ult, and just like that. Again, I don't even have my full int build yet. I literally just have int from Sans, plus cooldown, I guess, and a little bit of int from Braggy's harp. From here, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can grab some more camps here. So we see red coming up, we see purple coming up. We're gonna go ahead and grab purple. I know there's a team fight going on the right side, but there's really nothing to fight over on the right side of the map. So this rotation isn't really the best, right? We have some minions at mid that we could grab. I'm pinging attack the gold fury just so we can, because we got 2 of them down. This should just be free gold, or free pyro, right? But since we're already here, we have gold free vision. We don't have to worry about Poseidon and Cupid duoing the gold fury. And Poseidon, super broken, took half my health with a ult and 1. So again, Poseidon right now super broken. And look at that! Come on, man. This is crazy. Like, Poseidon's just so busted right now, guys. If you guys haven't used Poseidon, go ahead and use him. So we can't really make a play here. We got Pyro in mid, which is fine. And we're going to go ahead and go with our third item, which is Necro. And then go to Soul Gem. Damage, and then more cooldown, right? So we go ahead back to lane. Cupid going for another, like, sneak attack. I'm not sure what, like, this Cupid's plan is. We both waste our ult, and Ymir ends up rotating to us. We're gonna go ahead and back up as much as we can. Excuse me. While not wasting any farm. So first priority, minions, again, hit level 20 as fast as we can, and you can already see the level difference. Cupid at level 13, and our Cupid, which is me, I guess, at level 16. So already a pretty big, significant difference. 3-level lead. Hopefully we don't get picked off here, which would be really bad. We missed our 1, unfortunately. I feel like if we hit it, it would have been big. We're gonna go ahead and dash out of this. Actually, we cannot because we were Cupid ulted, but we were trying to dash out, but we Aegis at the right time. Aegis timing, in this game has been pretty well. And hopefully we could just keep making something happen here. We have a lot of sustain simply because of our 2 and our int build. And it just gives us a lot of healing, gives Ymir a lot of healing. So I'm throwing my heart bombs as often as I can, as the game allows me, on cooldown. And look at that, I'm already back at 1200 health. And it's just the power of this build. And even though Ymir's backing, I'm just throwing him hearts, right? We end up, I guess we just didn't pick up that last heart. I thought he was going to pick it up. I guess not. And I'm spamming hearts whenever I can. We go ahead and ult Baron here. We hit Baron with our ult. Unfortunately, no follow-up from the Ymir, which is alright. We dash across the map, I guess you can say. For some reason, that 1 didn't hit. I thought that it would hit, but we dash across the map to give us move and attack speed. If you guys didn't know, if you as Cupid are on the little dash thing that he leaves behind, if you stand on it, you get 12% attack speed. But if you use it and you don't stand on it, you only get 6% attack speed. So you're essentially doubling your attack speed if you stand on it. Great, look at that. Just look at how much I bursted him. Great freeze from Ymir, able to hit both of them at the same time, and it enabled me to hit my 1 at the same time on both of them. So good play on them. Again, putting Cupid more behind and just grabbing more back camps, looking at their timers. And we're gonna go ahead and speed this up. I'm pinging Ymir to, unfortunately, Bossy, I'm pinging Ymir to check back camps. They kill our Thor and Poseidon. Unfortunately, they've just been grouped up in mid. which is all right. We're gonna clear purple, and I think we start to see a little fight form in solo lane here. So we're gonna go ahead and clear wave here, and just look at the downside, the con of having buffed up totem minions, right? They were able to kill a lot of my minions and essentially took away farm from their Cupid. So I'm picking gank here on solo lane. And the only reason I'm ganking, the only reason I'm rotating is one, if we win this team fight, if we kill at least 2 of them, we can go ahead and grab free fire essentially, right? So we go ahead and kill Bellona. We got the last hit on Bellona. And we see Thor ult Baron. We're gonna see if we can make something happen here. Bellona ends up backing. And right now, we kind of misplayed this as a team for sure, because we're super spread out. Ymir and who is that? Who's that over there? Ymir and Thor are split up, and Baron, me and Poseidon are also split up. So the two back lines are not with the two front lines, and essentially leading us to death. And a pretty big shutdown from Poseidon gets him to level 20 and ends up kind of ruining the team fight. No free fire, but again, it ends up just biting us really bad, simply because we were all too spread out. Nobody really communicated, and just kind of the downside of solo queuing. Unfortunately, they made a mistake of not going to fire right away. They should have went to fire. This is basically free fire giant here. They had Cupid up, they had Bellona up, they had Baron up, they had Poseidon up. That's literally, they can burn fire in less than 10 seconds with this army comp. But yeah, I guess it's already too late if they started on fire. It's way too late for sure, because it's only 10k. They're super spread out. I missed my one, unfortunately. I dash out, not wanting to be caught out of position, and go ahead and put some heal bombs down, and we can see if we can make something happen here. We have we ult Baron on while he's on ult, and Cupid kind of wasted his ult as well. We want to get a pick here. We try to get Baron with our one, but unfortunately Cupid was able to body block and we weren't able to get anything. But that situation could have been worse. They could have gotten fire. And as a person, as a YouTuber that is making content for newer people, I'm really glad to. It's bittersweet. Obviously, I would hate to see that on my team, but it's bittersweet. Simply because it just kind of shows that there are newer players to Smite. It's not just the same players queuing up in every single game. Obviously, newer players aren't as knowledgeable. That's just a given fact. So having that, and just look at that reaction time, just having that mentality of, although they stink, the newer players aren't as good as experienced players. It gives the channel hope for sure, simply because, obviously the content that I made is more of a play-by-play. I'm not like a top 10 Smite player in the world, right? But I know my fair share of map rotation and whatnot. And look at that bug. I definitely went in between Poseidon's his little mini waves, and we Aegis, because if I didn't Aegis, I would have died there. We can see if we can do something with our ult here. Good big shutdown from our Poseidon, and we're just gonna back here, right? And we're also gonna work on our 5th item, which is Ob Shard. And right now, we're gonna see if we can make something happen here. We kill Nem. Oh, sorry, the only person alive is Nem. But since that's the case, we're gonna go ahead and just burn Fire Giant super easily. Luckily, my team was able to pick was able to pick 4 out of 5 of them. So free fire, free pyro, free tower, and there should be another team fight over here. Good wall from Ymir here, honestly. I thought he was gonna aim at. Oh, sorry, he was gonna start moving at towards tower, so I aimed my one towards there to that Baron, but obviously he didn't. I end up paying for it. Poseidon just 100 to 0s me, which is why the god is super broken. I just went from 100 to 0 just like that. I guess I wasn't even out of position there. He just had better positioning. Plus he's level 20, super beefed up, super fed Poseidon. And then last item, I feel like Rod would have been a better choice here, but I went with Demonic Grip. I'm gonna post the video as going Demonic Grip, but if I were to change one thing, I'd go Rod instead of Demonic Grip. The only reason I went Demonic Grip is because of the 25% attack speed, but in this build, you don't really care about your autos. And again, this was like my first game as Cupid, so wasn't really sure what the best build was, but I still do believe that, see if my team is going to get steal here. Unfortunately, they can't get the steal. I still believe an int-based build is the best on Cupid. Now, we're actually going to go skip over a lot of the things that happened in the next 3 minutes. Nothing really important. All the objectives are down. I'm level 20. Poseidon's level 20. A lot of people are getting close to level 20, but the reason I'm skipping, none of the objectives are down right now. You're kind of just playing for your buffs, getting map control. What you should be doing right now in this scenario is warding. If you're in a ranked game, this is the perfect time to go with your team, group up, and start warding. Start warding the map just so you know you have better vision, you know where everybody's at. You have a better idea of where everybody's at. We see 2 of them split pushing mid, so we go ahead. There's 4 of us here. Not too of an important fight, but again, look at this. Poseidon just straight up cleared us, right? He almost 1v4'd. We ended up with Ymir and Bellona just living. But again, Poseidon's super broken right now. I think the list goes to Poseidon, Cupid, and Thor in that order from strongest to weakest in terms of this patch. In this patch's God release. So the more important part starts to occur here now. We have Fire Giant and Pyro. All the objectives are up. We get a pick on them, 4v5. Cupid's on left lane. So essentially, worst comes to worst, there should only be 3 of them that show up here because Cupid is all the way in carry and dual lane, right? So Fire Giant slowly aiming on me. We're going to just go out, see if we can get the secure here. They're starting to fight. They started to leave Fire Giant, which is why I left. And I go ahead and attack Fire Giant. We end up picking off 3 more of them. We don't know where Cupid is at. Oh, I guess they are now here at Fire, trying to steal it. They ended up killing our Thor, which kind of worried me a bit. We're gonna go ahead and hopefully not die here, and hopefully secure, which is a really good secure on our teams, and I'm not sure who ended up securing it. However, 3 out of 5 of us died. I'm really trying my best to run away here, and I have no idea. I'm trolling, man. I have no idea why I did that. I end up getting Baron's Brood. I end up mistiming my Aegis here. I end up mistiming my Aegis here and end up dying. So that's just a really bad play for me. I should have just backed. I don't think they were going to chase that deep, but I guess I should have just thought that they were because it is a casual match. So, I mean, we got Fire Giant secure, so not that big of a deal that we end up getting wiped. It could have been a lot worse. And also Poseidon got Fire Giant buff, so that's something, right? So as we approach late game, which again, I say this in every one of my videos that goes up to like super late game, Smite's late game is garbage. But anyways, as we go into late game, please just look at how much this build just chunks, right? I may not be getting final hit, but just look how much this build chunks, my 1 chunks, my old chunks, the healing I have. And right now we're kind of just, we're all just kind of scattered, right? We don't know if we're going to defend. We don't know if we're going for gold free. Poseidon ends up staying doing gold free, soloing gold free, which is good, I guess. They end up getting Phoenix for it, which is fine. Gold free or Phoenix trade, whatever. Not too big of a deal. We have Nem and Baron kind of pushed up in mid. See if we can make anything happen here. But if not, it is what it is. We'll go ahead and fast forward if there isn't anything that happens. But actually, Ymir gets a really good solid wall off. Baron starts to rotate over. Nem right now uses her blink. Ymir unfortunately misses his wall. I don't have any abilities up. And I wouldn't say I'm out of position. I know that I was going to be fine no matter what there. I had Aegis up. We hit Nem with our 1. Nem does not get stunned. We dash for Ymir just so he can get the attack speed boost. Yep. And we're going to try to just hit Nem here. Poseidon ends up getting the triple kill. Great on Poseidon. Super broken. And we're just going to go ahead and push out the lane here. I don't think there's anything else to it. All objectives are down. So the best thing you can do now is invade the jungle or push out a tower, push out a Phoenix. But how are you guys liking? I know it's only been like a day, but how are you guys liking the patch so far? I have no clue what this Cupid's doing. Out of position, easy kill on Cupid. I just bursted her down, super easy. There's 4 of us, so it's pretty easy to just kill Cupid. But anyways, how are you guys liking the patch? Let me know what your thoughts are. In terms of play-by-play, what I'm doing right now, I'm just backing, going to Fire Giant. I see Fire Giant's about to be up. And we're saving up for 3k pot, so that's the game plan right now. But as far as my experience with closed alpha 7, it's been all right. Thor's not that impressive. Cupid again, pretty okay, pretty cool. Her Cupid's +1s, hers. I'm not sure what Cupid's what Cupid is. I'm pretty sure Cupid's a boy, right? But anyways, Missed time I ult there for the secure, but just ignore that. We end up securing Fire Giant, which is great. We're gonna go ahead and start a push for mid lane. We're all pretty healthy. Poseidon's dead. It's a 4v5, so we can hopefully end game here, and we'll just see what happens. We do have enough for a 3k pot, but hopefully we don't need to buy a 3k pot. Hopefully we can just end things here. Like I said, Poseidon is dead. Bellona's split pushing, so the only front line I guess you have is Baron, if you would even consider him a front line right now. End up killing Baron. We get Cupid ulted, and let me see what happens. So Poseidon hitting chunking, great ult from Thor, able to stun Cupid and Nem. Sorry, but check this out. We are trying to just beam. I'm just trying to beam down Titan here as an ADC, which is what I'm doing. But my team just gets deleted by a Poseidon. This is crazy. Poseidon's crazy. My team just got deleted by them. I didn't realize what was happening until I tried to make something happen, but Poseidon just chunks me. All right, they need to nerf Poseidon. I'm starting a movement. Nerf Poseidon ASAP. Right now, the only fear that I have right now is us actually losing this game. I thought the minions were going to kill Titan just because of how weak it is. But Poseidon pushing out middle lane. 3 of us are already up, so they don't really have a chance of ending it quickly, which is fine. And this game turned out pretty close, actually. Even though I was dominating the dual lane in a huge portion of this game. Unfortunately, you know, it's not as far apart. It's not as snowbally as we wanted. It's a little closer, but a pretty good ult from us there. But again, Poseidon just chunks. However, I chunked too. I'm not sure if you guys saw my damage was there. Even my autos are hitting for 160. See if we can hit Poseidon here. Look at that, 500 damage. Look, I just deleted Poseidon from there. But obviously, Poseidon kind of just being a little chunky as usual. We're gonna see if we can make something happen here. I try to throw my 2 at Bellona. Unfortunately, it doesn't reach. It is what it is. We're just gonna retreat, reset, hopefully even grab another 3k pot. If you guys don't know, you guys can stack int and strength pots, so you can get both pots. You don't really need it, but I mean, what else is there to buy, right? But on Cupid, I guess it's very useful because Cupid does scale off of strength and int. So if you guys didn't know, you can stack both pots. But right now, just grabbing more gold. No clue why. There's really no point in grabbing more gold. But like I said, stacking strength and int 3k pots here. We're gonna ward Fire Giant just so they don't get an easy Fire Giant steal from us. And right now we're just kind of positioning, you know, poking them as much as we can. And there's a team fight that's going on solo lane, but I'm just trying to defend Phoenix here. Our Phoenix is almost dead. Maybe I could have rotated earlier. Maybe I should have. But even though we don't win this team fight, check how much this ult chunks. Look at that, 1,000. I almost, if my teammates hit him one more time, I would have killed 3 of them in one ult. That's just crazy. That's just crazy how much this build chunks and how much better int is on Cupid. Maybe if I went Rod, it would have killed them. But hey, GG either way. It was a very close game. We did end up losing, but it's all right. I just wanted to show off the build. You guys saw 1k damage on Baron, on Poseidon. I'm not sure who else, but here are my stats. Let me pause this real quick. But right now, we didn't get top damage. We got Poseidon 67k damage, but we did, as I was saying, their Cupid, we outdamaged their Cupid, even though he was on a strength build, which just goes, and just look how much of a difference our stats look, right? If our Bellona didn't go 4 and 11, if our Thor didn't go 14 and 12, we probably would have won. But Poseidon busted. It is what it is. We did pretty well as Cupid, as in the ADC role. Couldn't get top damage because, again, Poseidon's busted. But in conclusion, int on Cupid, super broken. You should try it out. It should be probably the best Cupid build right now. Int scaling right now in general, just broken. If you have a chance to scale int off of God, do it. But other than that, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what gods you want to see next. There will be a Thor gameplay soon. But as always, I will see you later. Thank you, family.